guys, welcome to The Soul Experience, the podcast to enlighten your mind and comfort your soul. In this podcast, we cover everything from spiritual awakenings to hidden truths about society in order to help you lead a positive lifestyle. We hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of The Soul Experience. In this episode, we're going to be discussing disconnecting from the 3D world and its struggles. Obviously, we've got a new setup today. You can see our faces. But as usual, I'm your host, Carolina, and this is Gerardo. Yay!
Hey guys, I know it's pretty weird seeing us.
Yeah.
Seeing us for the first
We
time.
were debating whether or not we wanted to show our faces, but we've decided it'd be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun. So
It'd
far,
be
it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was a struggle getting everything set up, but
yeah, it was in my
good
really extremely tiny, small apartment room, but we made it work.
We did it.
Woohoo! Okay, so
we're gonna be discussing a pretty good topic.
A pretty good topic.
Something a lot of people who are awakening go through. It's a struggle. It's
I
not
struggled.
all so easy.
I struggled really hard. I still kind of struggle with it.
So what it
but
is
I'm getting there.
What it is disconnecting from the 3D world, the Matrix, pretty
the
much.
Matrix, essentially. You're just like
So,
unplugging.
Yeah, it's a little difficult at first because it's like you're leaving everything you know behind. Your whole life has been a lie, and it's a lot to take in for some people.
Yeah, especially I don't know. I guess for me, it was just more like the social aspect of it because social media was a thing, and friends and all that other stuff. It was like really hard to just be like.
Yeah, well, basically what it is you're disconnecting from the 3D. So it's pretty much like you're no longer a three-dimensional being. You were a three-dimensional being, but now you are expanding your consciousness
into
and so
like
the fourth and fifth dimension. And so you're no longer a
Need
single-dimensional being. You're a multi-dimensional being. And everything changes after that because none of this 3D matrix stuff really matters once you realize it. And so some of the struggles, you said you struggled with like the social aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, what was so hard?
For me, it was definitely the social media part. I'm like, I guess an Instagram addict, or I was an Instagram addict. I didn't really see how ineffective it was towards my spirituality.
Yeah.
So like I'd be checking it all the time, and then I'd see like things that my subconscious would take in like negatively, even though I was receiving like a positive like feeling from it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I felt rewarded like whenever I saw things that I liked, and I was like, woohoo, but it doesn't like actually help you, so I'm like, and so I had to make other accounts and not follow as many people. I was following like 800 people, so I was bound to see something negative anyways. But yeah, like I switched all my accounts to just having what I need to see, what I want to see, and it was hard. Sometimes I still want to go check my other Instagram, but now I'm doing a lot better.
Good job.
Thank you.
No, you did struggle because sometimes I would give you advice. I would tell you what you should do to further improve.
No.
Yeah.
Essentially, I'm very stubborn, like a very stubborn person. Okay. So whenever I don't like it when people tell me what to do. It makes me really mad. But he was doing it out of the love and kindness of his heart. So it was hard, but I'm doing better.
But once you did it, once we did. Okay, yeah, I remember when you realized how bad it was for you. Because
we were scrolling through my Instagram and I instantly got distracted off of the conversation that we were having. Yeah. And I was like, oh, dang.
We were having a deep conversation and
look at that. What?
Yeah.
That was like a big eye-opening moment for me.
What else was difficult about it?
What else?
The friends stuff?
The friends. Duh. Right. Well, it's because my friend group, we've kind of grown distant and have been growing more distant. So really just cutting out social media and not seeing what they were constantly posting and checking on them all the time. It was kind of hard because I'd be like, oh, I wonder how they're doing, or I wonder how they're doing. But maybe in reality, they're not wondering how you're doing. So it's like not a positive thing for you to always be checking up on someone. Yeah. And then majority of them were depressed. or are depressed, and that just kind of, brought my energy down.
One of the things that made you really depressed.
Yeah, as well. Being around depressed people made me more depressed than anything, and it sucked. But now I am surrounding myself with love and people that I like you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And what other things do you think we end up disconnecting from once we awaken?
A lot of things that we eat. For me, I completely stopped drinking anything that was soda. Yeah. And now I drink just water. And so drinking soda is so weird to me now. You start eating
a lot better. You start being more conscious of your food choices.
Yeah. Oh, another big thing, at least for you, was sports.
Oh yeah.
So
I was so into sports, and I mean I still pay attention to it, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not really
not a driving force in your life.
I loved it like crazy. I would be watching videos every day, just
keeping up with the
with
footballs things.
I was following so many people on Instagram, football people. But now I only follow 10 people on my Instagram.
Yeah, on your Instagram. Why was it so much easier for you to leave social media, do you think, than it was for me?
I guess I just don't attach myself too much to everything. I don't let any choices, anything overwhelm me. Nothing really affects me too much. Because I don't know, I guess I'm just strong-minded. I don't let anything really get to me.
I'm more emotional than you are.
Yeah.
And I'm just ooh, this makes me feel nice. I'm going to keep it.
Because I think logically, it was logical that it's not good for you. But your emotional attachment is what wanted to keep you there.
Yeah. And then my ego kept wanting me to go back to my old Instagram and
it was
my
trying
old
to survive.
Yeah. But I made it.
You made it.
I did.
One more high five.
We give a lot of high fives.
Okay. So, how can we begin to expand our consciousness? What can we do? What can we...
Meditate. I mean, that's always been such a huge message for us. At least meditation is
But also just doing your own research.
Yeah.
That's what I did when I started. I was just doing so much research about the third eye, how to open your third eye, all these things. And look at where we are now.
Yeah.
They obviously did something good. So do research. You can go on YouTube, find things. It's not all accurate. So just be mindful of that. Yeah. Take what resonates with you. Take what you want. A lot of it is helpful. I've given out some names in the past for channels that you might want to check out. Infinite Waters, Spiritual Soul, Trinus Henderson.
Ooh, wow.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of them.
They're pretty helpful. Just keep gaining knowledge, especially now. You have a lot of free time to do it.
Yeah, we're all under quarantine.
Take advantage.
Yeah, just go within and
It can be a negative or it can be a positive thing. It's all up to you. So.
Spending time in nature.
Well, when you are disconnecting, how does it feel when you're disconnecting? What exactly do you feel?
At first it feels weird. It feels like, everything that or that makes you feel comfortable it's like going away, or
it's being taken away from you.
It's being taken away from you.
Everything, the person you are is being snatched from you.
Yeah, essentially, your personality is starting to change from what you used to like to what you like now.
And you start to question whether this whole thing is really
real
a good thing
or not, and all this other stuff.
Because it's changing your life so drastically.
And a lot of the times, you think like that because it's your ego trying to survive, and it's comfortable, safe zone, because it's you know what, this makes us feel safe, and we like feeling this anyways. Yeah. Why are we gonna change it now? And it's
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly.
In order for your situation to change, you have to change. Okay, and spending time in nature is good because it helps you ground yourself.
Exactly.
Especially around trees and stuff. You can meditate in nature.
Trees have
just hang out in nature.
Really good grounding energy.
Yeah.
So if you want to just sit next to one and be
just hug a tree and say thank you.
We have our own tree.
Yeah.
His name is Trippy Tree. That's
long story.
Story, but just be really grateful around nature and stuff.
Yeah.
I think
it'll help ground you. It'll help make you realize you're doing the right thing. All of this is supposed to hurt because it was so deeply engraved into our mind. We were brainwashed forever, and then when you decide to wake up, everything changes. And you have full power to do what you want to do, to unlearn the things you learned.
Yeah.
And to learn more things that you feel will actually help you.
Which at first can be really hard, but don't get discouraged. It's gonna take some time, but eventually it'll be really easy.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Okay.
We're gonna have bloopers.
Bloopers? Oh, yeah. Should we make a bloopers
A reel?
video?
No, just kidding. Yeah, we should.
A compilation?
Really.
Okay. Today's issues.
We've got some issues. Okay.
Yeah. Well, obviously, with everything that's happening with the whole quarantine and being on lockdown and stuff, there's this stuff we've been learning about.
Recently.
We can't talk about it too deeply, but it has to do with Trump and how a lot of people came up with this theory, or I guess this thing that he's helping arrest the pedophiles in the country, the powerful elites, the bad people, pretty much. And a lot of people seem to be following that and feeling that maybe it is real.
That there's like this whole switch of energy going on from bad to good, and it's like
and I mean, I hope it's real.
I hope it's real too.
Like, we just don't know yet, because I mean, it's Trump, it's the president.
Yeah,
he's a part of the whole puppetry up there, and
so we can't
the government
completely trust him.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff's going down. You guys can do your own research. Just search up Q+.
That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna say. You can look it up on Instagram or on Google, or I don't know if Google would show you anything.
I don't think so.
But yeah,
just look out for the signs. There's a lot of people beginning to awaken and enlighten themselves about things that are going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because, like, on some of the posts that talk about, you know, pedophiles and Q+ and all that other stuff, all the comments are just so, like, of people being so open-minded about it and being like, whoa, this is crazy, this is real. And it's really great. It's really, like, hopeful.
I'm kind of excited that we're living through this. It's pretty... The chaos is fun to me.
Yeah. I don't know why, but he likes the chaos, and I like more being chill. It's
just like I'm just watching a big show, because I don't really see it as really a big thing, because
you're not letting it affect you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason to. You know who I wish was here to witness all this?
Who?
XXX Tentacion.
Oh, yeah, X.
He knew this was coming. He was super woke. It would have been fun for him to just be like, I told y'all. I told y'all what was going to happen.
But he left us too early.
Yeah. No, it was he left. It's in divine order. It was his time to go because he had completed his mission here on Earth.
Yeah.
You guys should look into XXX and his messages in terms of awakening, enlightenment, and stuff. He was really wise, really smart, really intuitive.
He was.
Okay, what other topics could we talk about? It's been really important. What do you feel is one of the biggest, most important parts of, like, awakening? Things that you went through.
Me? Okay.
And, like, how we can help them realize that whatever they're going through
is normal.
Yeah.
For a little bit, I went through a period of disconnection where I didn't really know where I was going or what was happening, or, like, what the heck, like,
yeah, or sometimes you get stuck too, where you just don't know what to do next.
And it happened because I felt like I couldn't find someone that I could relate to that was on the same path as me, because, like, I knew that you were going on the same path, but, you know, you're so intuitive and stuff. Yeah. You're just, like, zooming through, and I was like, wait, hold on, like, I had all these questions, and I already, like, you know, had grown up in a belief system, so changing it was, like, really, like, weird. So after a little bit, I did my own research, and I found someone, you know, on YouTube that I felt I could relate to, and I felt, like, represented to, like, me, I guess.
As an empath.
Yeah, exactly. And after watching some of her videos, I found that it was normal for what I was feeling. Everyone goes through that. And she said that I had disconnected from, like, my old, like, power grid or whatever that I was used to, and I was going into and connecting into a new one that better represented my energy. And I was like, what? And then she started talking about like the things that you would feel, and I felt a little depressed. I felt like lost and unmotivated because I didn't really know where.
Awakening depression is real.
Yeah, I didn't know where to go, and so after listening to a lot of her videos, I realized, okay,
it gave you a direction.
It gave me a direction, essentially. And yeah, this is.
And then you came a long way after that.
I did.
It's like right after that, stuff stopped bothering you. Because you're like, oh, it's normal. Okay.
It's normal. It's cool. It's whatever.
Let's do it.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down and funky.
Oh, what else? Oh, trusting. I had I don't have an issue with that anymore. I'm just gonna say that just like that, so that I don't manifest more doubt or anything. But it used to be a really big thing for me, was trusting, because I have really bad trust issues from like
trusting the universe.
Trauma and stuff. Because one, I think the ego likes to like see proof of what we're like giving our trust to, right? And because I couldn't see the universe, and I can't like always feel it, I guess, or at least for me, I'd be like, well, is this even fucking real? Like, am I just like doing this and I'm just a complete crazy person? But I think just letting go was a really big part of it. Just being like, you know what, this is gonna work no matter what, and just being confident. And
just realizing that without trusting,
nothing's gonna happen if I don't trust.
You can't expect the universe to give you what you want if you're not trusting.
So I let go. I'm trusting now, and everything is going as it should be.
Yeah, it's going perfect.
Yeah. What about you? Did you go through anything weird? I feel like you were just like,
I was
just
the whole time I was just like, oh, this is cool. Every time I would learn something new, no matter how disturbing it might be to some people, I was just like, oh crap, and I just wanted to learn more and more and more and more. Remember how you got whenever you saw the space stuff?
Yeah, I got really sad
about space possibly being not,
like,
really
not real,
what they tell us.
Yeah, like I got sad, and I was like, fuck you.
You got mad at me.
I was like, why did you show me this? Because I'm a big space lover. I've always been a really big space lover, since I was like this big. And then having something that I really love and admire like not actually be what I think it is or exist at all in general is like heart crushing. It's like telling like a 6-year-old that believes in unicorns that unicorns aren't real, even though everyone knows. Yeah. And it was like really sad for me. And I was like, and then I got mad at you, and I apologize.
It's okay.
But I think that in letting go of just everything that like has held me back, it makes me more open to accepting that there are certain things that I might have liked that aren't like really good for me or just don't exist in general. So yeah, I feel better about it now. I'm strong.
And did you name the channel that you had found?
I did not. Her name is Christina Lopes. She's really cool. She's bomb. She's an empath. She's like me. And recently I've been going through this like training thing where I can like control my emotions or like change the emotions in a room or like amplify what I feel so that others can feel it.
You always be making me sleepy.
Yeah, I do that with him a lot. He'll be like sleeping on me or like just chilling, right? And I'll just put out like really nice, restful, peaceful vibes, and he'll fall asleep. And it's like really cute. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And then she takes pictures and stuff.
And I do, yeah.
Without consent. No, I'm playing.
How dare you attack
I'm kidding.
me? I'm just kidding. Is that a cat?
Yeah, that's a cat.
It's a whole cat. That's our child. His name's Milo. Oof. Anything else?
Anything else? What was the hardest part of all of it?
Hardest part? I think the hardest part for me was realizing how I was going on this path and perhaps my family couldn't come with me or go like or change their beliefs, because I know that my family is really, really religious. So changing their beliefs from what they are now is basically impossible. But I've started to talk to, my siblings about things, and it's still really weird for them.
How are they taking it?
They're taking it as good as they can, I think. My sister felt really uncomfortable after I shed some light on some issues that are happening today, and after a little bit she was like, hey, can we stop talking about it? Like, I don't want to think about it. Like, they close themselves off a lot to the possibility of things not being real or not being what they seem.
It's because they have this fake vision of reality. They have this fake image of the reality in mind, because we all form our own reality. Their reality is completely different from our reality. And when you shed light on how the reality in their mind isn't actually the right reality, it's not what is, then it's difficult, because you're just snatching their whole entire life from them. Like, no, it's not like that.
A lot of the times they ask me, like, for proof, or like, how do I know it's real? And I don't really know how to explain it to them that, it comes from the inside or from my higher self, because then they'll be like, okay, now you're just crazy. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I think that's been the hardest part for me, is being like, okay, I'm gonna start, believing in the universe and being, spiritual and stuff, and then not be able to share that with them, because
I know it's difficult, because no one can really understand you unless they're awakened themselves. And it's like a lot of your family, you just have to leave them behind almost. And
it's like, it hurts a lot. But hopefully, maybe.
But planting seeds is really helpful.
Planting seeds. That's what I've been trying to do.
You just go in your backyard and pick out whatever seed you want and plant.
Be like,
no, I'm just playing. You just pretty much plant a seed in someone's mind. Either shed light on a small topic, just very something really subtle. And then from that, they can expand on their own. You can tell them things that may seem a little crazy. But as long as it's something small, it's just a seed. Maybe they can do research, find out things on their own.
And then just go super deep and then be like, yo, hey, you were right. Be like, what I told you.
Well, I mean, that might happen soon. People might find out.
Like the reality.
Some crazy things.
And it's going to be crazy. And
it's a massive awakening.
Fun.
A huge awakening.
What else?
So, what do you think happened to X? Do you think they killed him?
They definitely killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, he started being super woke and talking about all this other stuff, and then people were like, whoa. Ooh.
They didn't want him to shed light on all this stuff he was talking about. But he did his part. He woke up a lot of people.
He did. He made
a huge impact.
Super impactful.
If he was still alive, he would have done a lot more.
He would, I think so. I think he definitely would have made a lot of videos on what's happening right now. Like.
And y'all should check out his gaming videos on
his
YouTube.
Gaming
They're pretty funny.
They're pretty funny.
They're not for the faint of heart, though.
They're really not. Me and my wonderful boyfriend share a love for dark humor, so
it's
if you're not into that, don't watch it.
This is pretty fun recording. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I thought it would make our videos more entertaining since
you get to
it's
see
just only audio. You get to see us. At least there's some visual eye candy,
You.
Us.
Okay. Anything else?
I wonder how you guys are doing. You should let us know. What are you going through currently in your awakening journey?
And we can try to help.
Are you in that, what we were talking about, the disconnection period? Maybe you're just beginning, you're just looking up stuff about the pineal gland. Or maybe you're already full on woke and you're just like learning more things. Like there's stages to it. Like first stage, it was when I was just doing a lot of research. Like so much research, just learning more things, and I would share it with you. And sometimes it would overwhelm you. And that was the first stage. And second stage is once you start to when you start to feel like kind of sad or depressed. Sometimes you get emotional from everything that your life is changing completely, and so it's a little difficult. But then you get to the third stage where you're doing everything differently now. You're adjusted
changing,
to this new
switching,
lifestyle
and being a new person, and
you living a completely different life. And it's not as boring as I thought life was before all this. When I was a sheep, I was just
Big
like,
sheep.
this is what life is, really?
Like, what?
Well, I guess. Well, I guess I'm gonna go get a job and live for 40 years. Nah, I wouldn't want to be a narco. I'd be like so depressed and sad.
Yeah.
Because all that negative energy, you're
like
just living around demons.
Yeah, essentially.
The whole time. Imagine that energy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just, ooh.
Just some demonic, just literally monsters, pretty much.
We're watching Narcos on Netflix, so it's getting heavy.
But remember not to like get too addicted to.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
Netflix
Like,
is another thing.
It's a big trap. Just be careful with it. You can't overdo it. You have to realize what it's doing. It's just a distraction from everything. So don't do too much Netflix. Do more.
Don't do drugs.
Research more. More research or more. Just expanding your knowledge. Or at least work on a hobby. Work on something that'll benefit you.
Something cute and artistic, like, I don't know, build little birdhouses or take pictures. I don't know.
This cat really wants to get on the desk.
Go over there.
Alright, I think we covered everything for today.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We have to work on an outro.
Oh yeah, we'll do that for next episode.
For next episode, we'll have an
wing it
outro.
this time.
But for now,
thanks for watching. That was episode 10.
10.
It's already been 10.
It's already been 10 since we started. That's crazy.
We started, yeah. We'll see you back next episode. What are we gonna be talking about next episode?
Relationships. Because I'm the expert. No, I'm not.
Okay,
well, thank you for watching.
Like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at
The Soul Experience 02.
Leave any comments if you have questions or if you have topics that you want us to talk about.
You can DM us.
Yeah.
About anything.
And we'll just, as always, stay safe, stay aware, stay woke.
Stay woke. Stay woke. And we love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.